Alright, so today we're going to make a roasted chicken classic. It says put into oven, but I'm not going to do an oven. I'm going to do this in a crock pot. So what we have are some baby carrots, some mushrooms, green beans, the sauce, you can buy this at Aldi, and some chicken. I believe this is 2.79 pounds. We're going to use all of it, even though this bag says 1.5 pounds, it'll be fine. So the first steps we're going to do is we're going to cut up the mushrooms, the carrots, and some green beans. Alright, I'll be right back. So first off, we have our mushrooms. We just used the full 8 ounces just because if you don't use mushrooms within usually a week, they go bad, so I might as well just throw them all in. We love mushrooms, so you can cut them any way you want. You can slice them up. You could do a mince on them, but I'm just gonna probably do quarterings and then cut them in eighths. That way we get a little texture with that, and it'll look pretty fun. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna do that with all of them. Alright, this is all of our mushrooms cut into eighths. So we quartered them and then cut them into 8. So look pretty good. They're all fairly consistent on the size. I'm gonna throw these bad boys into the crock pot and then cut up some carrots. So I went with 20 carrots and I just cut them in half, and this looks like it'll be plenty. So we're gonna throw this into the crock pot, and then the last thing will be the green beans. Alright, and here's the green beans. I just got myself a little more than a handful, I guess, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to crack them like that. No need to cut, just crack them, and I'm going to throw them in, but first I need to rinse these, and I will show you what the pot looks like. So we did rinse them, but I forgot that green beans also, some of them have stems, so we're going to rip those off on whichever side they are, and then just break them. It doesn't matter if they're even or not, because we want a little texture with our, I guess, a stew, I must say. Here's our crock pot with all the veggies. We're going to take our sauce and we're just going to load it in. Try to get as much as possible. We are going to add a few things to this. One of them will be pepper. I love pepper. And pepper is always good to season some things, and definitely going to need some seasoning. That's good. Well, we ended up only using 1 pound of chicken. I just felt like there was not enough sauce for all the chicken, the three pounds or so. So the last thing we have to do is grind up some pepper, put some minced onion, dry dehydrated minced onion in, and of course just add a touch of pink Himalayan. The reason we are adding salt is because we will end up using a 1/4 cup of water. If I feel like a 1/4 cup is not enough, I will end up using a 1/2 cup of water. So let's go ahead and put some water in to see what happens. And if a 1/4 cup doesn't work, we'll go with a 1/2. But for a slow cooker, I feel like we need more liquid than what we have right now. Alright, so there's a 1/4 cup. I'm going to stir this up real quick. I believe this will suffice because it does look a little, maybe a little more. Not a 1/4 cup, maybe 1/8 cup. Alright, here's a little bit of water. Yeah, that definitely looks like it hits the spot. For the minced onion, don't go overboard. I'm just going to sprinkle in some. Remember, this will overpower if you put too much, so that's about all I'm putting in. I'm going to grind up some pepper. You guys know I love grinding some pepper up. See how much. We're going to need more than that. I love me some pepper. That should be good for the pepper. And for the salt, we always measure the salt, just because you can literally kill anything you make. So we're gonna go with a quarter teaspoon. Of course, we can't taste this. Yeah, I believe that should be enough. So we're going to go with that. If we need to add more salt, we will do it when it is all finished. So we're going to take this bad boy, start up again. Don't worry if it's a little concentrated, it'll all even out when it's cooking. Better look. Alright, that looks like it smells delicious. Hopefully it will taste delicious. And as it's easy as that, we're going to go put the lid on, put it on the crock pot for a 10-hour slow cook. So one more addition I wanted to make was tomatoes that were homegrown. So we cut up our tomato. We still have this big boy. I'll probably eat it tomorrow for lunch. I felt like we didn't need to cut this one up because it's a little too big. We probably could have just went with this one. Throw this in there, we're going to stir it up, and then we're going to leave it alone for at least, I say 3 or 4 hours. We're going to come back, and then we're going to stir it. Alright, this is the finished product. Looks amazing. It's been cooking for nearly 13 hours now. All the tomatoes virtually gone. You can see a little bit here and there, but it's pretty much dissolved. The mushrooms are still looking good. Carrots are looking good. Green beans are definitely soft and ready to eat. So, and I also pulled apart all the chicken with the spoon. So this is ready to go. If you guys are thinking of making this for dinner sometime, recipe will be below, and comment and like if you think you're going to make this at some point for you and or your family. All right, have a good one, and see you on the next one.